Welcome, everyone, to Gentle Yoga. Leo Bray here on behalf of Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center, Palm Springs. Visit us online at urbanyoga.org or Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center on Facebook. Stop by the tip jar to donate when you can. And check out the schedule. We have classes every day online and 5 days a week for local folks in Palm Springs who want to venture out, bring their masks, and keep a safe distance, all that good stuff. We'll start out today on our backs in a reclined posture with the soles of the feet together. So you can either put your feet together, then lie down, or lie down and put your feet together. And if it doesn't feel good to have the soles of your feet together and your knees splayed out like this, you could just rest the soles of your feet on the floor, let your knees lean towards each other. If you do go for feet together, knees out, you could prop up your legs with blocks or something else. Make the posture more passive. Take the weight of the legs. Let the hips relax. Maybe open a little more. Hands could be on the ground or on your body as you like, whatever's good for you. Close your eyes if you wish. Notice your breath to let it slow down and get deeper. Taking in the movements of your breathing, the way these movements feel in your body today. Maybe it's the first time so far today that you've paid attention to your breathing. Take in your surroundings in whatever ways your environment is touching upon your five senses. And that will include how my environment is touching upon your senses as you take in the music of Cozumel surrounding me. And maybe on focusing on the breath and just take in everything that's going on. Notice whatever sensations in, especially any trouble spots, any sickness, any soreness, any sensation that you might wish wasn't there or was different. You might think of sending your breath to those spots to help them out. And also make mental notes of what's going on so you can take care of yourself throughout practice, knowing that you're free to skip or modify anything I'll be doing. And whenever your attention is drawn away from noticing what's going on in your body and focusing on your breathing, you can just gently redirect, come back to these intentions of self-observation and self-care. If you wish to add to our shared intentions, some intentions of your own, feel free to do that now. With our intentions in place, let's share 3 deep cleansing breaths. Breathe in through the nose and out through your mouth with a sigh. If your eyes are closed, you could open them now. If your knees are splayed out, use your hands to lift your knees towards each other. Let the soles of your feet come to rest on the ground. If you had blocks here, holding your knees up, you might move the blocks up behind the head somewhere well out of the way. So we can do these twists. Cross your right ankle above your left knee. Reach your arms out to the sides. Feel your shoulder blades pressing to the ground, keeping your shoulder blades grounded. Let your legs fall to the left and turn your head to the right. Slowly come back to center. Cross your legs the other way, your left ankle over your right knee. Let your legs fall to the right and turn your head to the left. See if you can keep both shoulders grounded. And just let your legs go where they want to go. No need to worry about how far they're going. Come back to center. Uncross your legs. Draw your knees towards your chest. Hug your knees. Rock side to side or roll in circles, massaging your lower back against the floor. Inhale, reach your arms and legs all the way out. Exhale, curl up in a ball again, and continue for several more cycles of breath. Use the whole inhale to lengthen, and the whole exhale to curl up in a ball. And then we'll start to sit up. Two ways to get there. You might hug your knees and roll front to back, rolling the length of your spine along the floor. Or if you want to just tip to one side, press your hand to the floor and use your arm. Still lift yourself up, come to the seat. You might just sit on the floor. You might elevate your seat like I'm going to do here. I'm partial to often sitting on two blocks next to each other. You could sit on one block or on something else, a folded blanket, a bolster, a rolled up mat. Sitting on the forward edge of that support to let your pelvis tilt forward helps the front of the hips open up here. Sitting up tall, thinking of the length of your spine. Bring your hands to the sides, rest your fingertips on the floor so you don't lose that length. Inhale, raise your right arm up alongside your ear. Exhale, reach to your left. Feeling for length from your hip up through your fingertips. Inhale to come upright. As you exhale, we'll come into a twist. Bring that right hand to the floor behind you your left hand to your right leg. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, invite your body to twist some more. Just exploring how much seems like enough. Let yourself unwind. Come back to center. Inhale, lift your left arm up alongside your ear. As you exhale, reach to the right, feeling the length up and down the left side. Inhale to come up. Exhale, come into your twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, see about twisting some more. Repeating for a few more breaths. And let yourself unwind and come back to center. Inhale, draw your heart forward and let your head shift back. Exhale, draw your heart back, let your head shift forward. Repeat for a few more rounds of breath and maybe feel the movement grow a bit bigger each time. Maybe the breath get a little deeper. Do the next is in front of the other. Lift your support the weight of your leg, let it be relax the ankle, relax the opposite hand, and weave your fingers between your toes, slowly and gently, using your arm, move your foot in circles. Change direction. And release your toes. Use both hands or both arms to cradle the weight of your leg, whatever grip works for you, and move one leg in circles, rocking your femur and your hip socket, letting the arms do the work. Try to let the leg be passive. Change direction. Let that leg down. Shift the other one to the front. Get your fingers in between your toes. Make those slow, gentle circles for that ankle. And then make some in the other direction. Release your toes. Support the weight of your leg with both arms. And make those slow, gentle circles with your femur in your hip socket. And change direction. Release your grip, let that leg down. Mind grounding in your seat again. Let your chin come towards your chest, and we'll begin some slow, gentle circles with the head to open the neck, roll your ear towards your shoulder, and look up and over to the other shoulder. Be mindful that you stay grounded in both sides of your seat. Sometimes we start to make these bigger circles and rock around and lose our grounding. Sometimes too, instead of or in addition to moving the ear towards the shoulder, we move the shoulder towards the ear, and that doesn't much help the neck relax. Try to let the arms be limp and the shoulders back. What I'll often do is what I just did, shifting my hands from the tops of my legs, letting my hands rest right on the ground. Helps disengage my shoulders. When you finish the next circle, take a few in the other direction. When you finish your next circle, lift your chin and look forward. Take your time to make your way up onto your hands and knees, whether you tip forward or tip to the side. Bring your hips above your knees, your shoulders above your wrists or behind your wrists. Let your hands open way up. Feel broad support in your palms. Inhale. Exhale, look over your left shoulder, look through your heel. Inhale, come back through center. As you exhale, look through your right heel. Be mindful of the grounding in the hands. Maybe they want to shift. Keep them pressed to the floor and do this a few more times for each side. Exhaling to look over your shoulder towards your heel. Inhaling to come back through center. And meet back at center. Reach back and press into the ball of your left foot. Take a couple breaths. With an inhale, if you want to, pick your foot up, reach straight back through the sole of your foot. You might also just keep the ball of your foot on the ground. Your next inhale, reach your right arm forward, thumb pointing out, fingertips reaching away from the left sole of the foot. To go further, if you want, bend your knee, reach back. If you can connect, take hold of your foot or ankle or pant leg, and then kick against your hands, lift your knee, and lift your chin. Release, lower down, plant your hand, plant your knee. Inhale, bring your heart forward, let your head and tailbone go up. Exhale, bring your heart up and let your head and tailbone come down. Take 3 or 4 more breaths with cow pose and cat pose. Then come back to table. Reach back and press into the ball of your right foot for a couple of breaths. If you like, pick your foot up and reach straight back. On an inhale, reach your left arm forward. If you like, bend your knee and reach back and see about that bind. And stretch your quads and open your shoulder. Release, lower down, and take a few cow-cat breaths again. And then just let your body drift and explore any movement you like from the starting point of the table. Being on all fours, being on hands and knees. Feel into where your body wants to move. Maybe they're little movements, maybe they're big, maybe they're all over the place, or maybe you focus in on some tight spot and try to loosen it up. You just think of it like dancing and let your body drift. Like seaweed in warm water floating around. Over the next few breaths, wrap up the explorations and drift your way back to the table when you're ready. Empty wider if like. Sit back towards your heels. Walk your hands forward. Let your head come down. Make your way to child pose. Vary it however you like. It could be active or passive. Notice your breath. Scan your body. Walk your hands over to the right. Let your head track with your arms. Maybe even stack your left hand on top of your right. Lift your left hip and send it diagonally away from those hands. Let your hips relax and back to center. Walk your hands back through center and over to the left. Maybe stack your right hand on top of your left. Raise your right hip, send it away from those hands. Let the hip relax. Walk your hands back to center. Inhale to come forward, up through table. Step your left foot up between your hands. Blocks under your hands here can ease the transition, give you more room to move your leg, more room between your torso and the ground. Bring your hands to your knee, lift your torso. Adjust as needed so you feel steady and stable here on the 1 foot, 1 knee. Exhale, sink forward in your hips. Inhale, glide back. You can keep going like that, or you can add in moving your arms. You could reach one arm up or both. One hand can always come back to your knee for steadiness. As you sink forward in your hips, draw your arms down to cactus. As you glide back, inhale, reach your arms up. Movement in the hips can be as big or small as you like. One arm or both or neither. And twist to the right. Reach your right hand back, left hand forward, or left hand to left knee. Come back to center with your hands by your heart. Reach your left hand back and your right hand forward, or your right hand to your right knee. I mean, left knee. Come back to center. Bring your hands down to the floor or the blocks. Bring the left knee back to the floor. Step your right foot forward. Okay, if it takes more than one step, or if your hand helps your knee come forward, bring your hands to your knee, lift your torso up. Again, find steadiness once you're up here. When you're steady, start the rocking. Exhale, sink forward. Inhale, glide back. When you want, if you want, add in those arm movements. And when you're ready, twist to the left. Come back through center and twist to the right. Come back through center. Bring your hands down to the ground or block. And step your left foot forward to meet your right. Come to a forward fold. Hang out in your forward fold. Maybe you keep the blocks between your hands and the ground. Maybe you move them aside. Your hands might drag on the ground or hang in the air or clasp your elbows. Bend one leg and then the other. Sway back and forth. Allow your head to feel heavy, your arms to feel heavy, helping to lengthen the back of your body in your fold. Slowly, gently shake your head no. And nod your head yes. Inhale, lift up part way, hands to the front of your leg. Press against your legs. Feel the crown of your head move forward away from your tailbone. Exhale, relax down. Inhale, roll up to standing, hands above your head, palms together. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Let your hands hang by your side. Raise your right shoulder to your ear. Shift it back. Let it down. And your left shoulder up and back and down. Inhale, reach out to the side. As you exhale, you reach for your shoulder blades and hug yourself. Bring your chin towards your shoulder. Let your chin roll down past your sternum and up to the other shoulder. Down past your sternum and up to the first shoulder again. Face forward. On an inhale, open up. On your exhale, cross the opposite way. Bring your chin to your shoulder and draw those half circles, chin towards sternum, up to the shoulder. Chin towards sternum, up to the shoulder. Face forward. Inhale, open up. Exhale, twist to the right. Take a couple breaths. Inhale, face forward. Exhale, twist to the left and take a couple breaths. Inhale, face forward. Exhale, let your arms come down. Inhale, your arms out and up overhead. Interlace your fingers, reach your palms up, look up towards your hands, lift up your heart. With an inhale, come up to center. Exhale, bend to the left. Feel for length through both arms and try to keep the right heel down. Maybe bend the left knee to deepen the bend in the side body. With an inhale, come upright. As you exhale, bend to the right. Inhale, come up. Exhale, let your arms come down. Take a drink of water whenever you need to. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Step back to plank. If you want a shorter plank, go for it. Let your knees down. In either plank, let your hips come down a line between your shoulders and your knees. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Keep your elbows in close to your body. Press into your hands. Inhale, lift your head and chest to whatever height feels okay for you. Pull it back each time we come through here. Exhale, rock back, pass through table. Curl your toes under. Press into your feet to lift your knees. Press into your hands to lift your tail. And we're in downward facing dog. Pedal your feet up and down. Let your heels get closer to the ground. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step your feet forward. Little baby steps, no rush. Inhale, lift up part way. Exhale, down. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, down. Step back to plank. This time as you lower, maybe you go halfway, maybe you go all the way. Inhale, bring your heart forward. Exhale, back and up. You can always pass through table on the way to down dog if you like. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, lift part way. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift part way. Exhale, down. Step back to plank. When you're ready, exhale, length lower. Inhaling, open your heart. Exhaling, rock back and up. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. And we're going to play with tree pose. If you know you like to have support for that kind of balancing, you can step over by the wall or a steady piece of furniture. Have something to hold on to or reach out to. Use it as much or little as you like. With your hands at your heart, set your gaze on something straight ahead at eye level that won't move. And begin to shift your weight from one leg to the other without picking your feet up. Let your feet stay grounded. Let the shift happen between the hips and the feet. Let the legs flex and relax. And bring all the weight to your left leg, but let that knee stay soft. Don't lock it up. Turn your right toes to the side so your feet are perpendicular. Bring your heel to your ankle. Come up onto the ball of your foot. Kickstand foot. Maybe you stay there. Or maybe you bring the sole of your foot to your calf, pressing your hands together into your sternum. Help energize the pose and draw energy to the midline. If you like, you can bring the foot to the inner thigh. You just don't want to press sideways on your knee. And your hands can stay at your heart the whole time, or the branches of your tree can go anywhere, everywhere. Maybe there's breeze in your branches. Maybe your tree is more still. Maybe your hands stay at your heart or come to your hips or explore a vine. Keep breathing so that your tree gets plenty of air. And anytime you might drop the foot, pick it up again and start over. If your hands are out, now slowly you might come out. Bring the knee forward and let your foot down. Shake out your leg. And anything else that you want to shake it. And when you're ready, bring your hands back to your heart. Reset your eyes on that fixed point. Shift from one leg to the other. Reset your hips, reground your feet. Always okay to get ahead of what I'm saying. You know where we're going. Whenever you're ready, bring the weight to your right leg. Let the knee remain soft. And turn your left toes out. Bring your left heel in and up. Do whatever height works for you on this side. Maybe it's not the same as the other side, and that's fine. Maybe your arms do something similar, or maybe not. If your hands are not at your heart, you can bring them back there. Help steady yourself as you transition out with the leg. Bring the knee forward and let the foot down and shake it. Now let's have a seat. Extend your legs forward. Flex your feet back towards you. If you have blocks, you might place a block by each hip on the low position. We're just going to play a little with the staff pose here. You may or may not need blocks here, and you may be able to do this with or without blocks. So we'll do it twice, and maybe you try it once each way. Your hands under your shoulders, feet flexed back towards you, engage the legs. Inhale, press your hands to the floor and lift your seat. With an exhale, slowly come down. I'm going to do one without the blocks now. I know from past experience I can still lift myself up without the blocks. Sure the feet are engaged, legs are engaged. Inhale, press away from the floor. And it's okay too if you're pressing to the floor and not lifting your feet right off the ground. You're still engaging your arms and your legs. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale to fold forward. If your knees want to bend, let them bend. On each inhale, think of the crown of your head reaching forward a little more. On each exhale, think of lowering down a little more. Inhaling, walk your hands up the front of your legs. Use the strength of the arms to lift your torso and spare your back. Support the back. Legs apart to whatever degree feels okay to you. And walk your hands down your legs as far as you can. And it doesn't matter where that is. Just wherever it is for you. Bring your left hand over by your right hand and take a couple taps. Reach your right arm to the side and turn your head to the right. Turn your thumb down. Bring the back of your hand towards your left hip. Draw your right shoulder back. Extend your arm. Bring your right hand back to your left hand. Bring your left hand back to your left foot or left leg. And bring your right hand over by your left. Reach your left arm out and turn your head to the left. Turn your thumb down. Reach for your right hip. Draw your left shoulder back. Extend your arm. Bring your left hand back to your right hand. Bring your right hand back over to the right. And walk your hands up your legs. Sit up. Start to nudge your legs in. Bring the soles of your feet together as far away from your pelvis as you can. You grab the mat, reach under your ankles or over your ankles, and walk your hands forward on the mat. Let your neck disengage and your head drop, and breathe into your lower back. Slowly walk your hands back, lift your torso, and sit up. Bring your heels in as close as you can. Interlace your fingers, grab your toes in your hands, wriggle on your seat, tilt your pelvis forward. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, hinge at your hips, fold forward, spine long. See how far that long spine will go. Wherever it stops lowering, then let your head lower. And breathe into your hips. Inhale, slowly lift your torso up. Lay on. Perfect. Put your hands on the floor. Wiggle your feet further out to the edges of the mat. Let your knees go, and then turn your head to the other side. It's okay if your knees don't go this far. Just let your knees go as far to each side as they want to go. Not pushing them, and letting them go to the degree that works for you. And if you like, turning your head to the opposite side. And bring your feet in closer, hip width apart, hip width being the width of two fists between the tops of your feet or the yoga block on this little position. Come down onto your back with your heels as close to your butt as they'll go. And depending on how many blocks you have, or if you want to use them, you could leave a block there, or you could take it out. You can put a block between your knees in the same position. Heels as close to your butt as they'll go. Maybe you can reach down with your fingertips and find your heels. Press into the soles of your feet. Inhale, lift your hips up to come to bridge pose. If you want to go deeper, you could wriggle your shoulder blades towards each other and clasp your hands under you and reach your knuckles towards your heels. If you are taking that by, then clasp your hands and release them. And everyone exhale slowly, lift your hips down. Explore bridge pose as you like for a few breaths, inhaling to go up and exhaling to come down. Find whatever degree of challenge you want. Maybe you go higher, maybe you go more slowly, maybe you take an extra breath at the top, or repeat the bottom, or maybe you take some extra breath at the bottom. And if you want to keep floating up and down, you can, or you can take supported bridge by lifting up and putting a block under your system and coming down to rest on top of the block. If you don't have a block, you could use a bolster, throw pillows, folded blankets, maybe a rolled up mat if you have a spare mat. Let the prop holding you up do the work, bringing about some release in the lower back and pelvis. Ready to come out of your supported bridge, press into the soles of your feet. Inhale, lift your hips one last time. Move the block out from under you. Exhale nice and slow. Get your hips down. Pause. For some breath. Half speed. Touch down. Move the blocks out of the way behind you. Draw your knees towards your chest and hug your knees. Rock and roll massage. Your sacrum against the ground. Then the simplest twist as we pull down. Reach your arms to the side. Let your legs fall to the left. Turn your head to the right. Try to keep your shoulders down. The closer your knees are to your chest, the deeper the sensation is. So you can regulate by moving your knees. And slowly bring your head and knees up through center. Let the movement continue to carry you into the opposite twist. Come on back out to center. And reach your feet up. Reach your hands up. Take hold of your legs or your feet. And play with bending and straightening arms and legs for a minute. Explore movement in happy baby pose. Whenever you feel complete with your inversion time, you can make your way to final resting pose. Get comfortable. Maybe just come back to focusing on the breath. Maybe recalling an intention you set for yourself and reflecting upon it. Maybe just giving your mind permission to wander. Start to find some deeper breath. Movement. Keep on moving a bit. Allow your movement to gradually go bigger and bigger. To time, moving mindfully. Whenever you're ready for some bigger movement, and gently pick yourself up. If you like, bring your hands up by your heart. Thank you for sharing practice today. The light within is peace and honors that same light within each of you. Namaste.